Hey there, Brew Crew. I know it's been a while since my last video, but we are in a very busy time in my real job, and what's more exciting is that I have been getting ready for the Origins Game Fair. Now, for those of you who may not have heard of Origins before, this is a convention held in Columbus, Ohio, and it is run by GAMA, or the Game Manufacturers Association, which is an organization that provides benefits and resources to people and companies in the hobby games industry. Last year was our first year attending Origins, and I really fell in love with the convention and the surrounding area. Columbus is a very beautiful city to visit. So as I've been preparing to travel down to this convention, I started thinking about our first time going, and I thought I'd do a sixer and talk about some tips that I have for attending Origins. Now, some of these tips are Origins specific, and some will be useful for attending pretty much any convention. So let's get started with my number 6. Okay, my number 6 is one of the tips that is useful for most conventions, and that is to invest in a power bank or portable charger. Now, I picked up this one off of Amazon a few years ago, and it's worked great. I charge it overnight, and I can usually get at least 3 phone charges out of it throughout the day. So when you travel to a convention, you'll likely be taking lots of pictures and videos, using social media, or using the convention apps or website to search for and book events. You'll probably end up draining your battery at some point. So rather than finding an outlet and sitting by the wall for 30 minutes, waiting for my phone to charge, I just throw this in my backpack and I know I'm set for the day. It's also nice because it lets you be the hero if someone, one of your friends has a dead phone as well. So that's my number 6, bringing a power bank or portable charger. My number 5 is a tip that is specific to Origins, and that's to make sure to walk over to the North Market. If you exit the convention center on High Street and walk west on either Spruce or Vine, about a block you'll find the North Market. This is an indoor market with all kinds of fantastic food and small shops. Now, I will say if you're going to go to the market for one thing, get some Jenny's ice cream. They have some amazing flavors and they're all so good. But also consider checking out Hot Chicken Takeover if you want some really great spicy chicken sandwiches. I'm going to throw in a little freebie here too, since we're talking about food. Mikey's Late Night Slice is a great place to stop in for some pizza by the slice. They have some unique pizzas and they're all very tasty, and they're on the corner of High and Vine, and they're open till about 3 a.m. on the weekends. So for all you late night gamers who need to stop in for a bite, or if you're just leaving the bar, it's a great place to stop in for a slice of pizza. And while we're talking about food, my number 4 is another general convention tip, and that's don't forget to eat. At a lot of these conventions, it's really easy for time to get away from you. I usually don't have any trouble knowing when it's time for me to eat something. I start to lose focus and energy, but at a convention, a lot of times I don't notice that it's been too long since my last bite until I walk out of the hall and I suddenly feel it. So make sure to eat something in the morning, break for lunch, pack some game-friendly snacks in your backpack. Also remember to hydrate. I definitely recommend bringing a water bottle or something that you can fill up in the morning and carry around with you. Hopefully that'll help to keep you sharp, and you'll be able to win all those games you'll be playing. Tip number 3 is to make sure to use the convention's resources. Make sure that you know where your events are, and make sure that you take a look at the convention map so you know how to get there. I know that our first time going, we struggled a little bit finding the badge registration area, which is in the North Atrium, near the corner of Goodale and High Street. This is where you'll go to pick up your badge or purchase one if you have not already done so. It's also helpful to know ahead of time that Origins is now cashless for badge registration, so they can only accept card payments for badges. That's something that is explained on their website, but unless you're utilizing those resources, you could be in for a frustrating day. Tip number 2 is to invest in some good shoes. Make sure you have a pair of shoes that are well broken in and comfortable. Sore feet can make for a really miserable day because you're probably going to be doing a lot of walking and a lot of standing, often on a hard concrete floor. I usually go with a shoe that has a memory foam insole, but I also need to consider arch support because I have high arches in my feet, so long hours on my feet can be especially painful at times. I will either get some arch support cushioned insoles, or lately I've been wearing the Skechers Arch Fit shoes. Not sponsored or anything, but those shoes have really helped. I'm apparently getting to be an old man now, and sore feet will lead to sore knees and a sore back and an overall unpleasant day. So definitely find some comfortable shoes and wear them around for a couple of weeks before going to the convention to make sure that they will be comfortable. My number 1 tip for attending Origins is to meet new people. This is something that I'm not always the best at. To be completely honest, I'm a pretty shy and introverted person in real life, and I'm not always super outgoing or comfortable with meeting new people. But the folks that I've met at Origins last year were some of the nicest people that I've ever had the pleasure to game with. Origins has a completely different vibe from Gen Con, which is the other large convention that I attend regularly. It's a little more laid back, less hectic, and less sprawling. We played a lot more games at Origins than we do at Gen Con, and that means we have the opportunity to meet a lot of cool and interesting people. So don't be afraid to walk up to somebody and ask if they're interested in playing a game. All right, everyone, those were my 6 tips for attending Origins. In the comments, let me know if you'll be going this year, and maybe we can get together and play a game. Also, if you have any tips for attending your first Origins or even convention in general, make sure to leave that in the comments as well. And until next time, let's get another round for the table.